What will SpaceX do when they get to Mars? What Elon Musk planning to do in Mars? What scientists say about travel to Mars? With the successful launch and landing of the Falcon 9 rocket and the development of the Starship, SpaceX is now one step closer to reaching Mars. The primary objective of SpaceX's mission to Mars is to establish a permanent and self-sustaining human settlement on the planet. This will be accomplished through a series of missions, starting with uncrewed missions to deliver supplies and establish infrastructure, followed by crewed missions to transport astronauts and establish a permanent presence. One of the first steps in establishing a human settlement on Mars will be to deliver the necessary supplies and equipment. This will include essential items such as food, water, and shelter, as well as tools and equipment for building a self-sustaining infrastructure. The uncrewed missions will also focus on scouting potential landing sites, mapping the terrain, and gathering data about the Martian environment. Once the necessary supplies and equipment have been delivered and a landing site has been established, SpaceX will begin crewed missions to Mars. These missions will transport astronauts to the planet to establish a permanent human presence. The astronauts will work to establish a self-sustaining colony by building infrastructure, such as housing, life support systems, and communication networks. In order to ensure the long-term survival of the colony, it will be necessary to establish a reliable source of food, water, and energy. This will likely involve the use of greenhouses to grow crops, the development of water extraction and treatment systems, and the use of renewable energy sources such as solar power. The colonists will also need to be self-sufficient in terms of manufacturing and repair, and will need to have the skills and resources necessary to maintain their equipment and infrastructure. In addition to establishing a self-sustaining human settlement, SpaceX also hopes to use Mars as a base for further exploration and research. The harsh Martian environment presents a unique opportunity to study a variety of scientific phenomena, including geology, astronomy, and the potential for life on other planets. The data gathered from these studies will help us better understand the formation and evolution of our own solar system, as well as provide valuable information for future space exploration missions. Another important aspect of SpaceX's mission to Mars is to demonstrate that interplanetary travel is possible and to pave the way for future missions to other destinations in our solar system. By establishing a human settlement on Mars, SpaceX hopes to inspire future generations and encourage continued investment in space exploration. Overall, SpaceX's mission to Mars is an ambitious and long-term effort, but one that has the potential to greatly advance our understanding of the universe and our place within it. With its focus on sustainability, scientific research, and exploration, SpaceX's mission to Mars has the potential to bring us one step closer to realizing our greatest dreams of space travel and discovery. SpaceX's mission to Mars is a pivotal moment in human history and has the potential to shape our future in ways that we can't yet imagine. With its focus on sustainability, research, and exploration, the company's efforts are sure to inspire future generations and contribute greatly to our understanding of the universe. Can Mars become another Earth? It is possible to terraform Mars, which means to modify the planet's environment to make it more like Earth and suitable for human habitation. However, this would require a tremendous amount of resources, technology, and time, and is currently beyond our current capabilities. Terraforming Mars would involve several steps, including creating a hospitable atmosphere, generating a magnetic field to protect from solar winds, and increasing the temperature to melt the polar ice caps and create a stable water cycle. In addition, it would also involve introducing plants and other forms of life to create a self-sustaining ecosystem. The feasibility of terraforming Mars is a topic of much debate among scientists and researchers. While some believe that it is possible, others argue that it would be too challenging and require technology that is not currently available. Furthermore, there are also ethical and moral concerns about modifying another planet's environment and potentially altering its natural state. Mars is a planet that has fascinated scientists and researchers for many years. Its proximity to Earth, similar characteristics, and the possibility of finding signs of life on it make it an attractive target for exploration and study. In recent years, there has been much discussion about the possibility of terraforming Mars, which would involve modifying the planet's environment to make it more like Earth and potentially suitable for human habitation. In this video, we will explore the concept of terraforming Mars, the potential benefits and challenges of doing so, and the ethical and moral considerations that must be taken into account. Terraforming Mars, the concept. The idea of terraforming Mars dates back to the mid-20th century when scientists began to consider the possibility of modifying the planet's environment to make it more habitable. The basic concept of terraforming involves transforming a planet's atmosphere, temperature, and other environmental factors to create a habitable environment for humans and other Earth-like life forms. There are several steps involved in the process of terraforming Mars. The first step would be to create an atmosphere similar to Earth's. Currently, Mars has a very thin atmosphere, which consists mainly of carbon dioxide. To create a more hospitable environment, we would need to introduce gases, such as nitrogen and oxygen, which would help to create a breathable atmosphere. Another important aspect of terraforming Mars would be to generate a magnetic field around the planet. Earth's magnetic field plays a crucial role in protecting the planet from the solar wind, a stream of charged particles that flows from the sun. Mars does not have a magnetic field, which means that the solar wind can strip away the planet's atmosphere over time. To prevent this from happening, we would need to create an artificial magnetic field around Mars. The next step in terraforming Mars would be to increase the temperature of the planet. Currently, Mars has a very cold and dry climate, with temperatures that can reach as low as -153 degrees Celsius. To create a more hospitable environment, we would need to introduce greenhouse gases, such as methane and carbon dioxide, which would help to trap heat and increase the temperature. One of the most significant challenges of terraforming Mars would be to create a stable water cycle. Currently, Mars has a very thin atmosphere, which means that water cannot exist in liquid form on the planet's surface. To create a stable water cycle, we would need to increase the temperature of the planet, which would cause the polar ice caps to melt and release water vapor into the atmosphere. We would also need to introduce plants and other forms of life, which would help to create a self-sustaining ecosystem and regulate the planet's water cycle. Benefits of terraforming Mars. The potential benefits of terraforming Mars are numerous. One of the most significant benefits would be to provide a new habitat for humans and other Earth-like life forms. With the world's population projected to reach 9 billion by 2050, the need for new habitats and resources is becoming increasingly urgent. Mars could potentially provide a new home for humans and help to alleviate some of the pressure on Earth's resources. Another potential benefit of terraforming Mars would be to provide a new frontier for exploration and scientific research. Mars is a planet that has been largely unexplored, and there is much that we still do not know about it. By terraforming Mars, we could gain a better understanding of the planet's environment and potentially find signs of life. In addition, establishing a human settlement on Mars could provide valuable insights into the challenges of long-duration space missions. As we look to explore deeper into the solar system and potentially establish colonies on other planets, understanding the challenges of living and working in space for extended periods will be crucial. Challenges of terraforming Mars. While the potential benefits of terraforming Mars are significant, there are also numerous challenges and obstacles that must be overcome. One of the most significant challenges is the sheer scale of the project. Terraforming Mars would require a tremendous amount of resources, technology, and time. It is estimated that it would take hundreds or even thousands of years to fully transform the planet's environment to make it habitable. Another challenge of terraforming Mars is the ethical and moral considerations that must be taken into account. Mars is a planet that has its own unique ecosystem and history, and the introduction of Earth-like life forms could have unintended consequences. There is a risk that introducing Earth-like life forms to Mars could disrupt the planet's ecosystem and potentially harm any native life forms that may exist. In addition, there is also the risk of contamination. As we explore Mars and potentially establish a human settlement, there is a risk of contaminating the planet with Earth-based organisms. This can make it difficult to determine whether any potential signs of life on Mars are native to the planet or the result of contamination. Finally, there is also the challenge of the harsh Martian environment. Mars is a planet that experiences extreme temperatures, radiation, and dust storms. These factors would pose significant challenges for any human settlement on the planet and would require extensive research and development to overcome. What scientists say about travel to Mars. Many scientists believe that it is possible to terraform Mars, making it more similar to Earth and potentially suitable for human habitation. However, they also acknowledge that this would require a tremendous amount of resources, technology, and time, and is currently beyond our current capabilities. As for travel to Mars, most scientists support the idea of exploring the planet and gathering data about its environment and potential for life. They see this as an important step in furthering our understanding of the universe and our place within it. Some also believe that establishing a human settlement on Mars has the potential to provide valuable insights into the challenges of long-duration space missions and could be used as a stepping stone for future missions to other destinations in our solar system. However, there are also concerns about the impact of human exploration on the Martian environment and the potential for contamination. Some scientists argue that we should focus on studying Mars from a distance and using robots and other unmanned missions to gather data rather than sending human missions. While it may be possible to terraform Mars in the future, it is currently not possible with our current technology and resources. The idea of creating another Earth is an intriguing one, but we must also be mindful of the impact it could have on the planet and consider the ethical and moral implications of such an endeavor. That's all in this video. If you like the information, please hit like and subscribe to this channel. And be connected to this channel for more space information.